Welcome to New York City. Are you not here yet? Well, what's wrong with you? You need to get here. If you're coming, there's a few things that you might want to know. Number one, you're probably going to have culture shock when you get here. America is not Japan. The culture is very different. Let's look at some ideas that have to do with American culture and Japanese culture, and maybe we can help you understand New York City, because New York City actually is not American culture. Now, what am I talking about? Well, we'll get to that later. Number one, the American philosophy of work. Well, what is that? Americans believe basically that work is a necessary evil. What does that mean? Well, it means that Americans basically feel that work is in the way of their life. They go to work because they have to make money, they have to support themselves, they have to keep a house, they have to keep kids fed, they have to keep everything moving. So Americans really want to get through their day quickly. So fast food is very important to the American lifestyle. They want to get quick food, they don't want to think about the food, and they want to get home so they can prop up in front of the TV set. Well, what does that lead to? That leads to a culture that, number one, is a little fat, which Americans are nowadays. It also leads to a culture that wants everything to be quick. They want to get everything right away, and I mean rewards. They want to get a promotion. If they're at a job and they're not happy about the way the job is going, well, they want to get a new job. Well, I switch to a new job. Maybe that job's not going the way that I want it to either, so what do I do now? I get another job. Give it to me now, give it to me cheap, and give me a lot of it. That's the American way. That's how stores like Walmart become famous. Walmart is everywhere. It's the American culture. The basic American, after work, wants to go home, or they want to go to a sports bar. They want to go to a sports bar where they can look at many TV sets with many games going on at the same time. They want all that information now. They want it fast. They want to know the scores. They want to know who's winning and who's losing. America is a very casual culture. As opposed to Japan, which is a more formal culture, America seems like a culture that is very relaxed, laid back, and very rarely formal. Americans will, of course, sometimes be formal when they have to be for meetings or important events that they know require some formality. Americans like to be comfortable with each other, and this goes with the way that they dress. When they go to a movie theater or they go to the grocery store, oftentimes they don't really care very much about what they're wearing. Why is New York not American culture? Well, this is a big question. Of course, New York is a part of America, and America has its own culture, and that culture is definitely in New York City. However, New York is a very special place. It's not like the rest of America. The rest of America has a very common feeling to it when you go there. You'll see it. You'll hear it. You'll know it, the way that it moves, the way that it feels. New York, however, has a very different feeling when you're here. Things move faster. Here in New York City, people are from all over the world. This is not necessarily true in the rest of America. It's very unusual to find somebody in New York City that actually grew up in New York City. New York City is actually made up of many, many, many cultures from all over the world. Just within a 1-block radius of my apartment, I can get food from Thailand, India, China, Japan, or even Vietnam. So when you come to New York City, you're going to see many things. You're going to see many cultures. And just one of them will be the common American culture. It is also here in New York City. You can still find Hooters. There are plenty of sports bars here in New York City as well. You can find all the things that you will see in the rest of America. However, you're going to see a lot of other things as well. So what is culture shock? Well, culture shock is what happens when you get into a new environment and you go, oh my God, what is this place? The first thing you can do when you get here is find your culture in New York City. Some area specializes in your culture. Japanese places are generally around Midtown. Also, there's an area in the East Village that has a lot of Japanese things. We have Koreatown in the lower 30s, around 32nd Street. We have Chinatown. Most countries have an area that really specializes in their culture. The next step that I recommend is to find a place that's in between, in the middle. There is a group of people in this city that's interested in your culture, the same way that you may be interested in American culture or New York culture. Well, I hope you enjoyed the first installment in a series about New York culture. See you soon. Have a good day.